Shannon. Good afternoon. I now call to order the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners meeting to order at 1:30 p.m. Just a reminder to silence all your cell phones, except for first responders and law enforcement. I now have the privilege of asking our esteemed county clerk, Roxanne Holloway, to lead us in our invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we just come to you today, asking for your guidance, your wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Fill us with your grace, Lord, as reports are presented and decisions are made. Remind us that we all are here today for the service of our county and the residents. And we ask this in your name, Lord. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I trust that you all have had an opportunity to read the minutes of September 25th, 2025. Sorry, my apologies. Roll call.
Commissioner Ungst.
Here.
Commissioner Blanco. Here. Commissioner Collins.
Here.
Commissioner Daly.
Here.
Commissioner Krasny.
Here.
Commissioner Martis.
Here.
Commissioner Stimson.
Here.
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Doren. 8 present, 1 absent.
Thank you so much. Moving along to the approval of the minutes of September 25th, 2025 would be in order.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Unk, supported by Commissioner Blanco. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Amendments?
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, moving along to petitions and communications, Clerk Holloway.
I do have a few. Share. Okay, let's see. I have one from Alpena County and also one from Baraga County. They both are opposing the House Bill of Representatives fiscal year 26 budget cuts to the county revenue sharing. I have two from Genesee County. One is recognizing the month of October 2025 as the Indian Heritage Month, and also a resolution to recognize September 15th through October 15th as Hispanic Heritage Month there in Genesee County. I received a resolution from Grand Traverse, and it's a resolution requesting that the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services release additional funds from the National Opioid Litigation Settlements. And then you have one more, and this is a recent proclamation or resolution that was passed by the Michigan Association of County Clerks, and it's opposing the Rank Michigan vote ballot proposal. I won't read the whole thing to you, but just want to share that normally our association does not really take any position on a ballot proposal, but we did have some concerns. And so I just want to share a few of those with you as well. Just because of the length of the ballots with the ranked choice voting, there could be a possibility of two page ballots, the complexity and timing of audits and recounts, the delay in providing results to the public. And that's just a few of them. We just wanted to share that with you today as well. So, and that's all that I have.
Thank you so much, Clerk Holloway. And now we are at introduction of special guests. Commissioner Ongst?
I see we have State Representative Nancy Jenkins in the house, my predecessor.
Thank you, Representative Jenkins, for being here today. Jenkins Arno, thank you, Terry. Known Nancy for a long time, and we'll get into that later on the agenda. And I also really don't like this section because I think all of you are special in your own ways. But thank you. Now we've arrived at limited public comment on any agenda item specific to our agenda. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll move along to resolutions and proclamations. Commissioner Kevin Martis, please approach with the proclamation honoring the retirement of longtime Lenawee County employee Kim Kramer.
Come on up, right up here. Yes, there we go. Welcome. Well, it's my distinct privilege to read this resolution to recognize Kim for her long career. I won't say more. I'll end up repeating half what's in the resolution. So I'll just read it and then we'll go forward from there. Whereas Kim began her long and distinguished career with Lenawee County on December 6, 1982, under the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act, serving as a part-time printing technician and working 20 hours a week. Whereas on December 5th, 1983, Kim transitioned to a full-time role as Legal Secretary 1 in the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, demonstrating adaptability and a commitment to public service. Whereas on September 2nd, 1985, Kim returned to her roots in the printing department as a full-time Printing Technician 1 and was later promoted on January 18th, 1988 to Printing Technician 2 in recognition of her skill, reliability, and leadership. Whereas Kim assumed the role of Acting Printing and Purchasing Director on September 25th, 1988, and was officially appointed to the position on January 1st, 1989, a role in which she served faithfully and effectively for over 36 years. Whereas over the course of 42 years and 11 months of faithful service to Lenawee County, Kim has exemplified professionalism, institutional knowledge, and a strong work ethic that has earned her the admiration of her colleagues and the respect of the entire organization. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners, do hereby honor and commend Kim for her nearly 43 years of dedicated public service. Be it further proclaimed that we extend our deepest gratitude for her invaluable contributions and offer our warmest wishes for a well-earned retirement filled with happiness, health, and exciting new adventures. I so move. Say a few words.
I just will say that I've been blessed. Started with a wonderful director for me, Dorothy Kishbaum. She was a wonderful mentor. Thank that and thank dear God for this path. I've been blessed with a wonderful staff. And I want to introduce Crystal Maker. She is taking my place. So, yeah, and she's going to do a great job for the county. I know it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
There's a motion by Commissioner Martis, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? All those in favor signify, well, we're going to do a roll call vote here.
Commissioner Ongst.
Yes.
Commissioner Blanco.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Daly. Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Here, yes.
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Dorn is absent, so 8 yeas.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim, for your service to this county and its residents. Moving along, we have another proclamation by Commissioner Beth Blanco. This one is regarding Domestic Violence Awareness Proclamation. Would Jill Hicks, Candy Harper, and Catherine Cobb Safe House folks come on up?
Bring them all up. Let's crowd in because they're gonna want pictures later. So this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, whereas domestic violence is a serious issue that affects individuals and families in every community, regardless of age, race, gender, and socioeconomic status. And whereas national statistics show that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men have experienced severe violence, sexual abuse, or stalking by a partner or family member, leading to injury, trauma, and long-term harm. Whereas the 2023 Michigan State Police Incident Crime Report recorded 67,816 domestic violence incidents reported to law enforcement statewide. Whereas Lenawee County is home to the Catherine Cobb Safe House, which provides vital emergency, shelter, safety, and support services to survivors of domestic and sexual violence, offering a path towards healing and independence. And whereas the Board of Commissioners recommends and commends the staff, volunteers, and advocates at the Catherine Cobb Safe House, along with law enforcement, healthcare providers, educators, and community members for their ongoing commitment to ending domestic violence. And whereas raising awareness, promoting healthy relationships, providing education and resources are essential to preventing abuse and building a safer, more compassionate community. Whereas October is recognized nationally as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, providing an opportunity to renew our collective commitment to end domestic violence in Lenawee County and beyond. And therefore, let it be resolved that Lenawee County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Lenawee County and urges all residents to speak out against abuse, support survivors, and help rebuild a future free from violence. And I so move.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Blanco,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Daly, Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis.
Yes.
Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Dorn is absent. Commissioner Unks.
Yes.
8 yeas.
Motion carries.
Okay, all right. Let's take more pictures.
Commissioners, I just want to say thank you for the years of support for the Catherine Cobb Safe House, for the recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I know each and every one of you on varying levels, and I really appreciate the support. Catherine Cobb supports survivors of all survivors of domestic violence. Last year, we had 86 adult survivors come through the shelter, and with an additional 80, so 100 or 83, so within a total of 165 residents that came through the domestic violence shelter here at the Catherine Cobb Safe House. In addition to that, we had an additional 59 non-resident survivors, and currently we have 15 women, 19 children, 1 male survivor currently being serviced and being provided supports through the Catherine Cobb Safe House. The numbers don't change, they only continue. And the ongoing support that we live in our county that says that domestic violence is not acceptable and that love shouldn't hurt. We really appreciate your support and ongoing commitment to ending domestic violence here in Lenawee County. Thank you so very much.
Thanks again for the terrific work that you all do. Moving along, Commissioner Terry Collins has a proclamation supporting Veterans Day and Operation Greenlight.
As a veteran myself, parent of a veteran, grandparent of three, of one veteran and two active duty, it's my honor. It is my honor to present this. Whereas Veterans Day observed on November 11th each year provides us with the opportunity to honor and express our deepest gratitude to all men and women who have served in the uniform of the United States Forces, United States Armed Forces. Whereas the residents of Lenawee County hold great respect, admiration, and appreciation for all who have served, selflessly served our nation and community, defending the freedoms and values we cherish. And whereas since 1776, more than 41 million Americans have served in the military, with approximately 7% of living Americans having served in some capacity. And whereas veterans continue to contribute after their service to veteran service organizations, religious and civic groups, and as county veteran service officers, helping fellow veterans access over $52 billion annually in federal health, disability, and compensation benefits. And whereas approximately 200,000 service members transition to civilian life each year, with a projected 20% increase in the coming years, and many face significant stress and mental health challenges during this transition, particularly in the first year following active duty. Whereas in our civic and moral duty to recognize, support, and uplift our veterans for their courage, sacrifice, and continued contributions to our community. And now therefore be it resolved that the Lenawee County Board of Commissioners declares November 2025 as a time to honor our veterans and encourages residents to display green lights from November 4th through November 11th as part of Operation Greenlight, showing visible appreciation for their service. Be it further resolved that Lenawee County conveys its sincere appreciation to all veterans for their service and sacrifices, and calls upon all citizens to join in honoring their legacy, strength, and continued service to our nation. I so move.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Martis. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Daly.
Yes.
Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis.
Yes.
Commissioner Stimson.
Yes.
Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Van Dorn is absent. Commissioner Unks.
Yes.
Commissioner Blanco.
Yes.
8 yeas. Motion passes.
I just want to say thank you for your continued support of our veterans, not only through your Veterans Day proclamation, but through your actions and commitment every day. Your words of appreciation and recognition remind our veterans that their sacrifices and service are never forgotten. Thank you for enduring that Lenawee County remains a place where service is honored and our veterans are valued and always remembered.
Thanks again. We have a very recent addition to the agenda with a special presentation by our former colleague, Representative Nancy Jenkins Arno. Please approach.
Well, hello. It's good to see all of you guys again. It's great to be back, and it's my,
Feelings mutual.
oh, thank you. Well, it's my privilege to present to you a tribute from the state of Michigan to Lenawee County for their receiving the 2025 Athena Parthenon Award. So I'll go ahead and read that then. Let it be known that it is with great pleasure that we commend the leaders of Lenawee County upon receiving the 2025 Athena Parthenon Award. This award is presented in recognition of the county's commitment to fostering the growth and success of women in leadership positions throughout the workplace. From elected officials Roxanne Holloway, Clerk, Carolyn Bader, Register of Deeds, Aaron Van Dyke, Treasurer, Jacqueline Wise, Prosecuting Attorney, Anna Marie Anzalone, Circuit Court Judge, Laura Shadler, District Court Judge, Catherine Sala, Probate Judge, to County Administrator Kimberly Murphy, and Deputy County Administrator Shannon Elliott, and the many women who work in and lead county offices. Lenawee County has elevated women to positions of authority and has bucked the trend of limited advancement for women in the workforce. It is important that Lenawee County as a governmental unit reflect the makeup of its constituents. By incorporating women in leadership roles, the county not only becomes an example to others, but also allows all voices to be heard. The unique perspective that women bring to the table ensures that issues are understood from all viewpoints and are thoroughly addressed. Attaining the level of excellence reflected by Lenawee County is attributed to a unity of purpose that brings together all the elements of a prosperous county. County Administrator Murphy, Deputy County Administrator Elliott, and all the dedicated employees and elected officials of Lenawee County realize that a key part of achieving great results is by expecting great results. Their commitment to excellence has ensured that Lenawee County residents have the services they need to lead peaceful and prosperous lives. In special tribute, therefore, this document is signed and dedicated to congratulating Lenawee County on receiving the Athena Parthenon Award and for its commitment to providing a welcoming work environment that encourages the growth and advancement of women in leadership roles. We look forward to witnessing the ongoing benefits this dedication will uphold. It's signed by me as your state representative, Joe Bellino, state senator, Garland Gilchrist, lieutenant governor, and Gretchen Whitmer, governor of the great state of Michigan. Congratulations. Come on in. Move this up.
All right, getting back to business here. Next up on special presentation is the 2025 Drain Assessment Report from Drain Commissioner Scheffler.
That's a tough act to follow. That's exactly what I was just saying. Good afternoon and thank you. Here today to present our 2025 Drain Assessment Rules Summary. It's a requirement under Public Act 40 of 1956, otherwise known as the Drain Code, to present this rule to the Board of Commissioners. No action needs to be taken by the board as a result of this presentation. The summary is being presented to indicate the investment that has been made to maintain and improve our storm drains and lake level infrastructure. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize my business manager, Brianne Morris, who spent a lot of hours preparing this assessment summary. I can see up on the board the summary, which is on the last page, kind of pretty much summarizes what we're assessing this year. The first 8 pages of the report are a listing of all the drains and the lake level structures that are being assessed this year and the amount that they're being assessed. After that, we've got 3 pages, I believe, that shows the county at large for public health and welfare and benefit. Yeah, so that total there would be $149,463.03. Beyond that, it goes into breakdown between the townships, villages, and cities. And then also the state of Michigan is assessed for public highways, and the railroads are assessed for drainage along their right of ways. So on the last page, our total for this year assessment is $1,451,072.33. That's spread over 251 drains and 5 lake levels. In comparison, in 2024, we assessed 178 drains and four lake levels for a total of $1,222,421. So it's relatively close. And one of the items that has increased this is the Red Mill Pond Dam assessment is on this roll. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate the support of the Board of Commissioners, Administrator's Office, and all the other county departments which help make it possible for us to provide adequate and dependable infrastructure in the most cost-effective way for the citizens of Lenawee County. If there's any questions.
Any questions of the 2025 drain assessment report? Commissioner Martis.
One question, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I've wondered for a long time, and here you are in front of me. How did we get the names on our drains? Is there a protocol for that?
Historically, there has not been a protocol. A lot of these drains are named after individuals that would have petitioned for them to become county drains back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So you'll see a lot of drain names that are actually a longtime family name throughout the county.
Any other questions? We would need a motion to accept this report. Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Martis. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We've accepted the report. Thank you, Mr. Scheffler. Moving along to the approval of the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Support?
Motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Martis. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Daly.
Yeah.
Commissioner Krasny.
Yes.
Commissioner Martis.
Yes.
Commissioner Stimson.
Yes. Commissioner
Tillotson. Commissioner Van Dorn is absent. Commissioner Unks.
Yes.
Commissioner Blanco.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
8 yeas.
Right.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Moving along to standing committee reports. Accounts payable, Commissioner Martis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Accounts Payable Committee met on September 18th and October 2nd. If you look on the screen, you'll see the itemized breakout of the various approved dispersals. So I move to recommend the approval of the accounts payable payments in the amount of $20,896,736.38, with the general funds portion being $628,751.21.
Motion by Commissioner Martis,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Blanco. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, same sign. We've approved the payments. Moving along to criminal justice, Commissioner Collins.
Criminal justice met on the 9th of October. It was reported the maximum capacity for county jail is 286. daily run is about 100 to 105 individuals. The sheriff has reached out to other counties who indicate they have crowded facilities offering space at the jail. To date, he's received no takers. The sheriff department also just passed the annual corrections inspection at 100%, which is the first time, as I understand, that it's ever been done. They also passed the health inspection. They also received the burn grant for intake program training. Prosecutor's report, I might add, if you have a chance to look at it, is a very detailed report that shows just about everything that's going on in the prosecutor's office by numbers. The economic crimes unit from the prosecutor's office, just as a indication, since its inception, has generated $1,238,056 in income for the county and businesses. Public defender's caseload, 660. Our emergency services director is being asked to prevent at the Michigan Department of Corrections for the drone program and the exercises he's conducted at the local prison, because they're very impressed with the program. They want to implement it on a statewide basis. The medical examiner's office trying to recruit a third pathologist. And the recent hires are a lead field medical examiner investigator and a part-time pathologist while maintaining the morgue and scheduling and ordering and so forth. And that was it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Any questions of the Criminal Justice Committee? I have the honor of sitting on that committee, and Commissioner Collins has done a great job leading that committee forward. Now on to IT and equalization, which I have the privilege of being chairman. Director Ricker for the IT department gave us an overview of all their various projects they're working on, including some Cisco access point replacements and various other technology-related items. Our communications director, coordinator, Ambrose, reviewed the monthly report, and it's always interesting to see what our social media and our various communications strategies and how they evolve month to month. But the top social media posts for the month include the very large Maurice Spears campus ribbon cutting, Bridging the Gap meeting, the Athena Award, and Hispanic Heritage Month. So that was a great report. Devin DeLong with the equalization department highlighted some of the things that the office in which she works in was working on, and that land values are being worked on and is expected to have the agriculture properties completed soon. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Hearing none, moving along to Personnel Ways and Means.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and what can only be called a very efficient meeting yesterday that took place in these very chambers. All the matters, with one exception, are on the consent agenda that we took up, and that item is the County Board of Canvassers issue that needs to be taken up at the end of this agenda.
Thank you, Commissioner Martis. Any questions? Hearing none, seeing none, moving along to policies and procedures. Commissioner Collins.
Policy procedure been on the 6th of this month. We are just about at the end of reviewing all policies and procedures for the county. In the consent agenda today, we approved the IT policy. Now we're looking at any others that may need to be addressed or created.
Administrator Murphy.
Actually, the IT policy was not on the consent agenda. It's part of the committee report out. So this is the point in which we would need to make a motion to approve that.
I would move that the IT policy be approved as submitted from the committee.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Martis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We have approved the IT policy. And moving along to Physical Resources Committee that I have the privilege of chairing. We met on Thursday, October 9th. The Building and Grounds Division shared various highlights from their monthly report, including the internal and external cooler freezer units at the Lenawee County Jail have been updated. There's renovations going on at the Health Department and will be completed soon. And phase 1 of the Marie Spears campus project has been completed, and phase 2, which includes remodeling of the current detention, has started. We voted on a few new items moving forward, including some complex concrete repair. Deputy Elliott reviewed the request as part of the 2025 capital improvement plan, and a lot of items such as that. And I want to highlight a very important one further down, which was the sheriff's office dedication signage that we needed to vote on. Discussions have taken place to name the sheriff office after the late Richard L. Germond. The request is, we're accepting a bid for $3,100 and some change to manufacture and install the signage, which will just be a great, great event for this community and for a great, great man who led this community in so many ways for so many years. And we are actually going to be sort of postponing the event a little bit at the request of the family and others to this spring, so we can hold a real nice celebration of his life and celebration of the sign dedication, and not just the sign dedication, but the naming after the sheriff's department after him. So with that, we also had a monthly report from Drain Commissioner Scheffler that you just heard some of the details about. And with that, I would be happy to answer any questions. Seeing none, we have moved along to board appointments, reports. Bridging the Gap Subcommittee, Kevin Martis.
Thank you, sir. All I can say is we met again yesterday, and we'll be meeting here again at 3. I can't overstate the heavy lift that is in front of us on these opioid matters. We've got, what, I think 25 or 26 proposals that cover a very broad spectrum, varying dollar amounts. Every time we hear another presentation, we learn how incredibly complex this is. And rather than seeing a time where this just becomes abundantly clear what the next steps are, it actually becomes muddy. We've been totally impressed by the quality of the presentations. And again, the folks on the committee are asking such insightful questions, bringing their knowledge and experience in the community, many of them on the front lines of dealing with the substance abuse issues. Substance use disorder, I guess, is the term these days. It's a big task, and it's going to be ongoing because we're just dealing with the first round of funding, and this will continue for a number of years. I was telling one of the members yesterday after the meeting, if we get this 80% right the first time, that would be a big win, and then continue to refine this as we go forward. So that's where we're at. And I encourage any of the commissioners to please pop back to our videos and take a look at some of these presentations and start to become familiar, because in the end, all these recommendations come right back here. So I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions of Commissioner Martis? He highlighted a little bit of it, but I thank him for his extreme effort and taking a lot of his valuable time to making sure that this committee goes in a impactful direction for this county, which will impact future generations. So thank you, Commissioner Martis. Moving along, Commissioner Stips, Community Action Agency.
Community Action Agency met the last week of September. A lot of angst and anxiety since most of their programming, they have about $40 million in programming, is federal grant funded programming, including probably the largest one being Head Start for Jackson County and Hillsdale County. With the federal shutdown, that means essentially layoffs for most of those staffs, which they were difficult to get anyways. Most of the teachers, they have to compete with public school districts who have better benefit packages and other aspects. So it's difficult to get them on board to begin with. So they're struggling to deal with all of that in the midst of where that funding is coming from to do the work. And that's what the bulk of that meeting was about.
Any questions for Commissioner Stimson? Hearing none, we'll go back to Commissioner Stimson for the Community Mental Health Authority.
There was a conflict with Community Action Agency for Community Mental Health. I know they reviewed their retirement subcommittees this morning, and they have another meeting coming up.
Thank you. Any questions of Commissioner Stimson? Seeing none, moving on to County Planning Commissioner,
Yes,
Commissioner Blanco.
yes, they met on September 18th. There were 2 zoning applications to review, one in Rollin Township combining some parcels and rezoning, and then a Rome Township, application, to amend for some, solar or wind, part of their township planning that they have to do. And then there were 4 farmland agreements, all in Palmyra Township, that they looked at. I did get word there is not going to be a meeting this month because there's no agenda items, so they won't be meeting. That's all.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Blanco. Any questions for Commissioner Blanco? Hearing none, moved along to Department of Health and Human Services Medical Care Facility, Commissioner Tillotson. Thank you. Any questions for Commissioner Tillotson? Seeing none, moving along to Homeland Security and Local Emergency Planning, Commissioner Collins.
LAPC has not met since our last meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Moving along, Commissioner Tillotson, Lenawee Public Transportation Authority. Thank you, Commissioner Tillotson. On to MAC Finance and General Government, Administrator Murphy.
The MAC Finance and General Government Committee did not meet in October because we were attending the MAC conference.
Thank you, Administrator Murphy. Moving along to another MAC one, Judiciary and Public Safety, Administrator Murphy.
I did attend the Judiciary and Public Safety meeting. Normally Deputy Elliott would attend this, but she had other obligations that day. The main topic of conversation, keep in mind, this was just prior to the state budget being adopted. This happened on September 22nd. There was a very long presentation from Michigan Coalition Against Homelessness. And then we did receive some legislative updates from Samantha Gibson, and they were also interested in what cuts counties may have had to make as a result of the potential lack of funding coming in the upcoming budget. So that was all we had to talk about at that meeting.
Thank you so much, Administrator Murphy. Any questions for Administrator Murphy? Hearing none, we'll move along to Marie Spears Campus, Commissioner Collins.
So able to attend the Marie Spear campus meeting as I was at the Michigan Association of Counties Conference. I don't know if anybody else did or not.
No, sir. All right, moving along, Michigan Works, Commissioner Collins.
Michigan Works has not met since our last meeting. Let me explain what I'm saying since our last meeting. They have not met since our last Board of Commissioners meeting. Sounds kind of crazy to say we haven't had a meeting since our last meeting, but the committees have not met since our last Board of Commissioners meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Collins, for the clarification. Moving along to Solid Waste Materials Management Committees, Commissioner Stimson.
Committee met last week or 2 ago now. I can't remember exactly. Pretty run-of-the-mill meeting, nothing of real substance. There's minutes available on Civic Plus.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions of Commissioner Stimson? Hearing none, moving along to Substance Use Disorder Oversight Policy Board, Commissioner Tillotson. Thank you, sir. Moving along to Liaison Non-Voting Reports, Michigan Township Association, Commissioner Blanco.
Yes, we met on September 15th. It was a pretty light meeting. They talked about whether or not the need to have their bank account. They haven't had any transactions in a few years because they used to mail things. Now everything's emailed. They want to take a look at the bylaws revision. There was a pretty lengthy report from the road commission and we were like waist deep in road repaving and projects, which I haven't seen much, so I think they're pretty much done now. And that was about it. We meet every other month when they're meeting. They don't meet in the summer, but our next meeting is November, so.
Thank you, Commissioner Blanco. Any questions of Commissioner Blanco? Hearing none, seeing none. Moving along to Veterans Affairs Committee, Commissioner Collins.
This affairs met October 10th. It was a somewhat a little bit of angst in the meeting, but to digress, there are 4 participants now in the Veterans Treatment Court. And the main discussion of the meeting was the state Veterans Assistant Grant was submitted by our local office and pursuant to all the requirements on the grant. After that was submitted and approved, they got information saying that it was not approved because there had been changes made in the grant application process, which did not come the first time. A couple of which are the veterans food and gas cards will be eliminated. They'll not have them any longer. And one of the concerns was that in the grant, there was funding for conferences that the staff attends, which is part of a requirement for continuing education credits. However, the current grant as it is will not pay for attendance at the conferences. So they're in a tizzy about how they're going to receive their continuing education certificates. We're informed that in Lenawee County, there are an estimated 5,951 veterans. And for Lenawee County, for all services, including the Veterans Hospital, retirement payment, disability payments, and all services, $89 million came to Lenawee County from the veterans organizations. That would be it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Collins. Moving along to, any questions of Commissioner Collins? Hearing none, moving along to Wellwise Services, Commissioner Van Dorn is not here today. Did anybody else attend the meeting? All right, we'll get that report next time. Any other liaison appointment board reports? Hearing none, moving along to unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Hearing none, we are moving along to new business. Administrator Murphy, would you like to outline the November 2025 meeting?
Ken, I think this was put on the agenda because the Personnel Ways and Means meeting actually falls on November 11th, which is a holiday for the county. However, yesterday, the Personnel Ways and Means Committee decided to have their meeting on November 10th, which is a Monday at 10 o'clock. Therefore, there is probably no need to change the Board of Commissioners meeting in November. It can stay on the 12th.
Thank you so much, Administrator Murphy. And now we have County Clerk Roxanne Holloway.
Yes, we are, the business before you is to appoint or elect the Board of Canvasser members. 2 of the members are up for reappointment or election. And we do have, for this process, a paper ballot does have to be voted on. And each individual ballot will include your name as an identifier so that we have that. And then once you vote it, if you could just fold it in half, we'll collect those. It'll take a minute for me to tally the votes and then I'll report that out.
Thank you. I got,
Excuse me, I have Commissioner Stimpson's.
Just strike through that better name.
Just sign it, so they.
would you like to?
Are we supposed to sign our names on?
What if they voted already?
I got Stimpson's.
Corporate Counsel Galuli, can you specify exactly the protocol of everyone here so they're abundantly clear?
Everyone should print their name, please, on the ballot they have and then sign their name as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
We indicate district.
There we go.
And please indicate which district next to your printed name as well. Thank you.
All right, now fold them in half or quarters or,
Fold them in half, please, and the administrator will pick them up and deliver them to the clerk.
thank you. Corporate counsel. That's, okay. Give us a couple moments here while the votes are being tallied. Administrator Murphy would like to make an announcement.
Since we have some quiet time, I thought I would fill it. So just wanted to let you guys know, normally I would say this a little bit later in the agenda, but while Clerk Holloway is totaling the votes, just a reminder that we have the legislative dinner coming up on November 19th. It'll be held at the ISD, and it is a state of the county address, but we are creating a little bit different forum this year compared to years past. It will be a little bit more interactive. So hopefully that encourages you to come and not discourages you to come. But we do have a lot of really good information to share, and we just received the menu the other day, and it looks like a very lovely and tasteful menu. So if you're interested in attending, please get your RSVPs into our office as soon as possible.
Thank you, Administrator Murphy. That seems like a cliffhanger. No, so she mentioned the great recipes and the great food, but wasn't going to tell you what it was. So you should have to show up to see what it is. Well, I see we still have some downtime, and I was going to make this announcement later. Chairman Van Dorn is at a funeral of a great individual, retired state policeman that he and Commissioner Collins knew for a long time. So nothing to worry about. He's there and I'm filling in, doing my best.
So the vote total for Marty Marshall was 3. And the vote total for Sherry Cure was 7. And according to the rules or the laws, they have to receive at least 5 votes in order to be appointed. So Sherry Cure has been appointed. At this time, Marty Marshall has not been appointed. So what this process now is creates a vacancy in the position, and we will follow the law to fill that vacancy. And we have to reach out to the local party, and we'll need to get some nominations. And then it's up to the county clerk at that point to make that appointment.
Corporate Counsel Gully.
Clerk Holloway is absolutely correct in that one of the nominees failed to meet the necessary number of votes. The other passes, and she will now be entrusted with the responsibility of securing new nominees for a vote to be determined at a later date.
Commissioner Simpson.
Just so I'm understanding, there were position for a nominee that Mr. Marshall ran for that was open, and there was a position for Curry to run. Each commissioner would had the opportunity to vote in each of those two open positions, which means that if Mr. Marshall only received 3 votes, that 6 essentially did not vote for anybody. Is that correct? 5 of them being here.
No, there was one that did not vote for anyone on the ballot. And then
So
everyone,
7. Just so the public watching understands, that wasn't contested one against the other.
no, that's
They were
correct.
for
The
both open spots,
Position.
and then just
Wonderful.
commissioners refused to vote for one of the candidates.
Thank you, Commissioner Stimson. Moving along to public comment. We have, if you have a public comment, you can fill out a form on the podium up there. And we have one from Susan McCauley from Pentecost Highway in Onstead regarding, I'll let her fill you in. Press the button.
Is that better? Okay. I'm here representing Citizens to Protect the Irish Hills. We started off as trying to stop a gravel pit on US 12, and then we've moved to lakes and preserving lakes, being proactive to keep them clean within our area and downstream. And one of our problems is septics. And septics are not inspected at all. There's no rules around it. And I wanted to bring to you to begin this talk and see what we could do about maybe getting an inspection done at change of ownership, whether it being passed down from parent to child or sale, just getting some inspection on some of our older septic systems, which could be leaking into our waterways and polluting our waters. I'm also working with Allison Bressler, who is a professor at U of M, and she represents, or she's a collaborative research specialist and with the Water Center. And she's found that this is a big problem. And she also works with Western Erie Watershed District, and we are part of that, you know, both the river raising goes through there, and obviously even from Buffalo to Huron River, all of that. And they have determined that septics are an issue. Now, we are fortunate here in Lenawee County where the larger lakes do have sewer systems, but a lot of the smaller lakes do not. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, and maybe you guys could begin some talks of maybe some kind of an inspection. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Susan. Is there any other public comment? Is there any other public comment? Is there any public comment? Seeing none, hearing none, moved on to commissioner comment. Commissioner Tillotson. I appreciate that, Commissioner Tillotson. Commissioner Martis.
I'll be brief, but I was telling Commissioner Collins on the way in how blessed we are to have the ladies who are the brains of this outfit here in Lenawee County. And As some of you know, I have the privilege of being married to a highly credentialed and capable professional woman and enjoy, of course, my relationship and with her and all that her talents and skills bring. And in many years, she was the provider for our family and not me. And now I look around and see the ladies here that lead our county government, and under Kim's leadership, I just want to thank you. And it's quite an honor for you guys to be recognized across the state for your work here.
Thank you, Commissioner Mars, for the kind words. And Terry and Kevin don't carpool together. He meant they were talking on the phone on the way in, just for clarification. Any other commissioner comment? Great, thank you. Any announcement? Commissioner Ongst.
I just want to concur with what Commissioner Tillotson and Martis said. I previously worked for the county before becoming a commissioner, and have worked with Kim and all the women in leadership here, and they're fantastic. Very proud to have them here and what they do.
Thank you, Commissioner Ongst. Any other commissioner comments?
Sure.
Administrator Murphy.
I wasn't going to go under commissioner comments, but I do appreciate the comments on behalf of all of the women in leadership in Lenawee County. The Parthenon Award that we received, although it recognizes women in leadership roles, it's actually as the employer. As an employer, we have received that award. And that award states that, just as it was indicated in the tribute that we heard earlier today, as the employer, we've taken out those roadblocks to allow women in this particular circumstance, but also our male employees to continue to better themselves and grow within the county. So although this award is recognizing women in leadership, and I appreciate that, and I want to recognize all of the women that we have that are leading Lenawee County, we also have a number of male counterparts who are also doing a very wonderful job. So we are very fortunate at Lenawee County as an employer to have all of the staff that we do, and then the work that they are doing to work within the budget that we have and to provide the services that we can to our residents.
Well stated, Administrator Murphy. Thank you so much. Moving along, any announcements? Announcements? Now I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion by Commissioner Mars, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those same sign. We are adjourned.